They told you the Olympics were about sport, discipline, unity, peace. But the origin of the word Olympians has nothing to do with athletes. It means gods of Olympus, sky rulers, titans dethroned, beings of power, appetite and ritual demand. And the games, they weren't for entertainment, they were for them. In ancient Greece, the Olympic Games were held at sacred intervals on consecrated ground in honour of Zeus. The athletes competed not for medals, but to please the gods, and to offer sweat, blood and excellence as a kind of living sacrifice. The winners weren't just heroes, they were chosen vessels, crowned with laurel, a plant sacred to Apollo, god of prophecy and death. The flame you see carried today, that torch has never gone out. It was rekindled in 1936 during a very specific world event by a regime deeply obsessed with ritual, symbolism and bloodline. The modern Olympic flame isn't a symbol of peace. It's a ritual fire relit every cycle and carried like a beacon for the old gods still watching. Every city that hosts it erects temples of light, rings of power, mass choreographed ceremonies and sacrificial language dressed as celebration. Opening ceremonies are not performances, they are coded offerings. Watch them again, you'll see masked priests, phoenix fire, resurrection scenes, DNA spirals, global chants and celestial invocations. They're not hiding it, they never were. So when you say Olympians, you're not just talking about athletes, you're speaking the name of the gods they still honour. The lines were never blurred by accident, they were blurred by design. Because when everyone chants the name, the ritual spreads. Selection isn't merit. You think Olympic athletes are chosen for talent? That's only the surface. At the elite level, they're selected through bloodline, obedience and energetic profile. The strongest hosts are not the fastest, they're the most programmable. Behind the medals are families with ties to military contracts, intelligence networks, and ancient priesthoods rebranded as boards and councils. Several Olympic athletes have disassociated altars, memory blackouts, scripted routines, and eerie symbolism in their performance rituals. Think this is a stretch? Go back and look at the one-eye symbolism in opening ceremonies, the phoenix deaths and rebirth scenes, the mirrored twins, clockwork dancers and digital veils, the London 2012 NHS death scene with a floating demon above hospital beds. These are not artistic choices, they're ritual alignments. The Olympic torch is not just a light, it is a carrier signal. It passes through portals from Greece to the host city, transferring flame from the original altar to the new zone of control. The torchbearers are vessel carriers. Each one walks under global focus with an activated current, unaware of what's moving through them. Some of them don't remember the walk, some become sick after, some don't return to baseline. That's not symbolism, that's ritual relay. The London 2012 Olympic ceremony was a turning point. Phoenix rising from the flames, NHS hospital beds under a floating death entity, giant baby figure crowned and glowing, rings forged in fire and raised to the heavens, literal spellcasting with lights, drummers and chants. It wasn't a show, it was a multi-layered activation of watcher, of programs, of mass consent. It happened before the wave of DNA tech, before the global lockdown, before the body was made a battleground. They opened a gate and called it entertainment. The real purpose of the games, it's not about gold, it's not about nations, it's not even about sport. It's about ritual control through movement, focus, frequency and emotion. When the whole world watches the energy grid opens, the old gods feed, and the seals are maintained through collective consent. That's why it happens every 4 years, that's why it never stopped. That's why they still call them Olympians, because they are. You're not crazy for noticing, you were meant to forget, to clap, to cheer, to chant their names. But your flame doesn't obey pageantry, it remembers. The Olympics are not games, they are a global spell. And the moment you see through the fire, it loses power over you.